What is up, my dudes and dudettes? The shadow of the camera and some comic books. It's Justin from Vanguard Vlogs today. Got an unboxing for you. It's the new Genesis Try deck. That means try to make a deck out of this. It's no, it's a good deck. I'm just kidding. This is the successor of Sacred Regalia. Trial deck 13. Yeah, VGE TD-13. Nice, fancy green schmucks. You got cider on the side. Regalia, Misaki, the crit trigger, you know, the things that people really care about. We'll pop this mud truck open. And we're gonna see what's going on inside. So this is the first Genesis trial deck, and it comes in the preparation. Oh, look at that! She is a hottie. Okay, it comes in the preparation of the set 14 Brilliant Strike, which adds a bunch of new Genesis support, including a quintet wall, but more importantly, a cross ride to this break ride, which is called Minerva, Omniscience Regalia Minerva. So you get your normal trial deck rulebooks and Schneike. The mat, which I wonder what the other thing on the mat is this time. Is it just this? Usually the mats have like 2 decks. Oh, it's wow, 10 and 13. That's and 11, but not 12. That's really bizarre. What was the last trial deck? It was Die Kaiser. That's right. Okay. So let me just pop the plastic seal. Oops. Whoa, Jesus. Calm down. Calm down, everybody. Everybody relax. Okay. So, a lot of the cards that came in this trial deck were already out. They were already available. They were, most of them were like rares or commons and uncommons in sets 10 and 11. But since they're getting more support, they reprinted them as commons in this, or unfoils in this trial deck, which is, you know, cool. They also added 1 new trigger, new generic starter, and a few other cards are new as well. I'm gonna take you through the deck. So this is the new break ride, Regalia of Wisdom Angelica. Like I said, Minerva, who's a restander in the set, is a cross ride over her, which means she's a sick-ass cross break ride. Basically, if you want to make that deck, you do have to buy 4 of this trial deck. I know it's unfortunate, but you can find some pretty good deals in pretty good places, anywhere from $12 to $18 per trial deck. Or if you can maybe track down somebody who bought them and doesn't like it, or maybe you find somewhere where they're selling these for 12 to 15 bucks on their own, maybe it'll save you some time. But honestly, if you're going to do that, I recommend just buying the trial decks anyways, because then you pretty much have all the support cards you need before the set comes out. So, Regalia with Wisdom Angelica. Her effect is, when a Genesis rides its unit, Soul Blast 3, and you may drop it onto the table. Soul Blast 3, if you do, draw 2 cards, choose your Vanguard, and it's 10k, and when she attacks, she gets 1k. So yeah, basically she's draw power, because the cross ride, the one from the set, is kind of like drop 3 to restand, so you need that draw power. This is Battle Maiden Mizuha. She's basically a diamond. Soul Blast 3, give her 5k in a crit, and when she attacks, give her 3k. So she's like 18k in a crit when she attacks. She's pretty good for a trial deck support card. I'm gonna run that probably until the support comes out. Then we have a reprint. This is Witch of Wolves Saffron. This is just an attacker. Oh, it's a cool card, but it's just, you know, just a plain old nonsense. Then we got Battle Maiden Izunahime, 10k attacker. Battle Maiden Sahohime. She's Counterblast 1. When this attack hits a Vanguard, Soul Blast 3, or Soul Charge 3. Which is a good effect. Then we have the 12k attacker, this is one of the new cards, and another thing you probably need the trial deck for is this card. When you have a Vanguard with Regalia in the card name, she gets 3k. 12k attacker with foiling, only 1 of her. So again, if you buy 4 trial decks, you're gonna get what you need. But other than that, she's gonna be one you may have to track down separately. Battle Maiden Shijuharu Hime. This is the 10k interceptor, so I'm probably gonna just take that out. I don't know if you can tell, these are the cards I'm probably not going to use, and the cards I'm going to use I'm putting up there. These are the 8k vanillas, Battle Maiden, Mika Hikari, oh, it doesn't matter. This is the, what does she do? Oh, she's a soul charging booster, of which there's 2 kinds of them in this deck. This is the unhollow one, which is also a reprint. When an attack hits a Vanguard during the battle, this unit boosted a Genesis. You may pay the cost. If you do, Soul Charge 3. Now it costs Counterblast 2, but the reason for that, and I probably wouldn't run this because that's pretty costly, but her thing is, the attack has to hit the Vanguard, but she doesn't have to be boosting a Vanguard, so this can be used by boosting a Rearguard, which is kind of cool. But I would probably not run it because there's other cards to run, and because you have Existence Angel, which is when an attack hits a Vanguard during the battle, this unit boosts the Genesis, Soul Charge 1. Not having the cost, and this can also be used on a Rearguard, plus that sick foiling, way better choice. Then we have Witch of Cats Cumin, who's just like a play on the flow, and then Soul Charge, which is a really good card, which I already have, though, because it's a reprint. And this card is one of the few not reprints, and one of the most meta cards, most top tier, high level meta in Vanguard. Apple Witch Cider. Her effect is basically when you call her to the guard circle. At the end of that phase, everything in the guard circle goes directly into your soul. I know, like big free soul charge. In the Japanese meta, a lot of people like to run this and 2 quintet walls. And it causes like, oh wow, now I have 7 cards directly into my soul, and all my soul charge is amazing. Then we have Reflector Angel, who's one of the trial deck 6K vanillas. It's a shame that they make these 6K vanillas in the trial deck, because like I love the art in a lot of them, but they're just dumb. This is Lemon Witch Limonchino, new crit trigger. If you want to run 12 crit, you do need this, which I'm probably not going to run, but you will need these. Bandit Danny, which is an old card, but it's a draw trigger, so, you know. Patrol Guardian. This is another reprint, which means you can still only run 8 stands. And Witch of Big Pot's Lawyer, which is a shame, because I kind of wanted a new heal trigger so I could just run like 2 and 2 and confuse people, but yeah, same one. So what's the main strategy for this deck? Well, it's very simple. It's right now, it's just like soul charge as much as possible, and then hit for massive pressure every turn. A lot of the cards that I would, not a lot of them, a couple of the cards I would recommend don't come in the trial deck, which is unfortunate, including Witch of Frogs and Witch of Ravens, and their effects are when they get soul blasted, like when they go from your soul to the drop zone, you can counterblast 1 and call them and basically make a rearguard row, because it's a grade 2 and a grade 1, and they are fantastic cards. If you're gonna run this deck, I would highly recommend that. Trying to think of other cards. Oh, starter. So Genesis is a lot of starters. They have a grade 3 searcher. They have a boost and then counterblast and soul charge a bunch. But the one I'm going to use is, let me grab it over here. The one I'm going to use is Witch of Prohibited Books Cinnamon. Now hers is the really simple, just when an attack hits a Vanguard during the battle of this unit boosted a grade 3 or greater Genesis, you can pay the cost. If you do, soul charge 2. So basically, when you do it, it's a soul charge of 3, because it includes her. And that's what I recommend using, mainly because, again, like a lot of the Genesis cards, I don't know why the Genesis have this, but like a lot of the Genesis cards, you don't need her to be boosting your Vanguard. Which means, as soon as you ride over her, I recommend calling her to the right or the left, because her boosting a rearguard is probably a good idea. You don't have to do that. Other cards I'm using, and these are tentative. Broomwitch Callaway. This is a card that I had never seen before recently, but it's a really simple. When this unit attack hits, if you have a Genesis Vanguard, pay the cost and draw a card, which is Counterblast 2. Now, Genesis doesn't have a damage on Flipper, which means that a Counterblast of 2 like this, just for a draw, is kind of a lot, which means it's still kind of on the fence, but it is a double rare, so I do like it. And temporarily, until the new stuff comes out, I'm also going to be running this promo break ride, Wisdom Keeper Metis. This is a promo in English, but in Japan, I believe it was in the Fighters Collection 2013, and it's just another break ride, which is Counterblast 1. When Genesis rides this unit, soul charge 3, choose your Vanguard, and it gets 10k. And this one is when the Genesis rides this unit, soul blast 3. So together, they pretty much cancel each other's cost out and work really well. It's kind of a stall tactic, like, oh yeah, break ride 10k, break ride 10k. It's really just a simple strategy, but obviously when the set comes out, I won't be using any of that stuff. because it'll be outdated and such nonsense. But yeah, so that's the Genesis trial deck and the preview to the deck. When 14 comes out, I'm getting a few boxes. I don't know, like 1245. I don't know, a few boxes. So I'll be doing a total week of every deck battles, the whole shebang, shabop, shaboop. Let me know in the comments. Besides, well, let me think in the comments like your tiers of the decks coming out. And if you don't know what they are, I mean, just go to the Vanguard wiki and check them out. I'll link it below. But just to give you a quick overview, you got this one, which is the Omniscience Regalia Minerva, who's a restander. You've got Broken Heart Jewel Knight Ashley Reverse, who's really, really good. You've got Ganslot Zenith, who's a crossbreak ride to Ganslot from the old Gold trial deck, Liberator trial deck. You've got new Eradicator support, which looks sick, freaking awesome. Tempest Bolt and Ignition Dragon. Those are some sweet ass card deliciousness. Then on the going down the tier list, you have a Royal Paladin Chain Ride, which kind of came out of nowhere. It's called Planetall Dragon. It's a lot like, I mean, I guess it's kind of like Swordchild Dragon, like the anti-Swordchild Dragon. It doesn't really have any it's just because it's a chain ride with dragons and people and spears. But I don't know, it looks kind of cool. I'm gonna make it just because I'll have it. Trust me, I'll have it. I'm not gonna go out of my way to make it, but it looks kind of cool. What are the other ones? Murakumo is getting a weird. They're getting a break ride and a reverse, and their reverse is not a cross ride, so I don't know. I'm on the fence about that one. And finally, Neo Nectar's getting a break ride and a reverse. And to be perfectly honest, they look pretty bad. The Murakumo and the Neo Nectar, especially because their reverses aren't cross rides, and their break rides do very weird things. But you know, I'll have them, and we'll be checking them out together as friends. So yeah, catch you guys later on Vanguard Vlogs.